Alright guys, welcome back to VALORANT News. Masters Choco is well underway in North America, a dominating proceedings so far. Na'Vi with a defeat to NRG, but Evil Geniuses with a shock upset victory over DRX, confirming their spot to the playoffs. So many storylines to get into today. Very much enjoyed to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always, I'd greatly appreciate it. Let's dive straight in. First of all, I thought it was really nice to see a moment of silence for Twiston at even the Blast Premier Grand Finals right on the CSGO side. So just been some great moments to witness on this over the last few days after the tragic story that we unfortunately had to cover a few days ago. Also, though, it wouldn't be a Masters event without some drama related to the setups or just the environment in general. Sources report, and we'll see more in a second, that plenty of teams at Tokyo are unable to practice against teams outside of their hotel due to internet problems. Now, I think to a certain degree this is an inevitability when you're in a hotel trying to play scrims against other teams. The internet is far from guaranteed to be great, but apparently someone from T1 said to the Spike, "We only scrim teams in the tournament because of the packet loss. The internet inside the hotel is really bad right now, and this is affecting many people." We actually get this tweet here from Safe, who says, "Dear Masters Tokyo participants, fellow players, please stop downloading things so I can play deathmatch. I don't care if the latest episode of your favorite anime is out. Please don't do it. We've got to play." And cNed is showing a screenshot of a 50% packet loss. So yeah, if they're trying to play from the hotel, that isn't working. And typically the players would have setups at the venue, right? There would be a behind the scenes area station where the players can go and play, but maybe they don't have that kind of as fleshed out as they would like it to be. There's 12 teams at the event. It's a pretty big deal to have 12 different practice rooms for 12 different teams all on good local internet. So I'm guessing the solution for some of these guys has been just play from the hotel rooms, but that's not really working so well. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting story. I don't know how it's going to affect any preparation, because as Chet says, sorry, no, but nice try. And, you know, Sob says a similar thing in the replies here. So pretty funny in a way, but yeah, definitely unfortunate for many of these guys that the internet is not working as planned. So it is a rare circumstance that Chet is actually not really complaining about this so much. I guess as a non-player, he doesn't mind so much about this, but certainly the players trying to practice are having a little bit of difficult time. So it might maybe throw some more upsets into the mix than you might expect this tournament, but so far it seems to be the better team has pretty much won the series they've played. Want to talk about the Benjyfishy story as well though, because this actually took a very interesting turn last night. So Ascens, they won the series. This was the finals of the, as you can see, the East Surge split to playoffs phase 2, Challengers League, EMEA, and all the complicated factors they have involved in actually coming up with the names for these leagues. But it was pretty comfortable in the end. It was 13-15 actually on bind game 1, but then 13-8, 13-7 in the end. To Ascens, just a little bit too good, and Enterprise with Benjyfishy didn't quite have enough when they got to the end of the tournament there, but still pretty impressive performance. And that now takes Ascens to the Ascension tournament for EMEA, where they will have a chance to qualify all the way through to the Partnered League, which is certainly the quality of a team that they were as a franchise not that long ago now, when they won Champions in 2021, but were of course not selected for the partnership side, and therefore, well, the rest is history so far. But they're going to be in with a decent shout. Enterprise Esports don't make it. Nice little clip here from Benjyfishy as well. I don't think he's like a spectacular player or anything, but he's got a fair bit of potential, of course, like formerly of Fortnite, right? Fortnite fame in some sense, and now has got a big brand behind him to push his trajectory further in the Valorant world now. But this is what he says: we lost 0-3 against Ascens, so they qualified by coming seconds. They qualified for the Ascension play-ins. So there's another tournament coming up soon to play in for Ascension, kind of like a last chance qualifier, which they could play. And if they win that, and then they were to win Ascension, then they could still make it. But that's probably not going to happen. However, he has decided not to play it with Enterprise. More info on my future soon. So I feel kind of bad for the Enterprise guys that now have to find another player to replace Benjyfishy on the relatively short term, but maybe this was agreed for some time, or possibly he's been poached, which is to me the most likely possibility. Has he decided mid-season, right before the Ascension play-ins, to just go back to Fortnite? I don't think so. I think it's much more likely that he has been poached by some other team, and quite possibly a franchise level team. He's obviously decent enough, like he's a solid player where he is, and there's some solid players in the tier 2 level that come up to tier 1 and remain very solid players. And he's a pretty big name player, so I wouldn't be surprised at all if some teams have considered his services. And the going theory is that it's going to be Heretics, just because there's been all this drama lately basically about Zeke and, you know, releasing Zeke from the roster and the kind of like emergency substitution thing they're pulling off, but also kind of needing a 6th man now. Maybe there's a chance that Heretics reached out to Benji and said, yeah, come and join our team, and that is the going rumor as it stands. So we'll see what happens over the coming days, but that could be a possibility that he's actually now going to be a franchise level player if these rumors are validated soon. Let's talk then about the events of Masters Choco, because the matches for today just concluded as of recording this video, and they were pretty wild, I'm not going to lie. Na'Vi versus NRG game 1. This 1v3 from Crashes was absolutely spectacular, to be honest, right? I mean, you don't see stuff like this every day where the team decides, right, you know what, let's just peek out as a 3. Like, basically they just said 1, 2, 3 and let's go, and Crashes just killed 1, 2 and 3, all the headshots, absolutely beautiful stuff. And that was super game changing, right, because that put the momentum back in their favor. They went on to win this game 1. Na'Vi clutched up, they brought a nice comeback in the overtime here on Lotus to take this one 14-12, but in the end NRG just a little bit too good on game 3, and this was a really impressive series. I mean, obviously it was a great series because Artist versus his former team, right? Always these two guys are going to put up a good fight. But yeah, cNed is there now on Jet, right? But Artist is over there on NRG, and him playing against his former team was very interesting to witness, and NRG just about had too much in the series. So 2-1 for NRG. They move on to the finals. They will play T1 very shortly indeed to qualify for playoffs if they can. Good team performance really, but Artist especially, like, we haven't seen too many times really since Artist has joined NRG where he's top fragged and, you know, top ACS'd his roster. And that's exactly what he did here. So it's good to see, especially against his former team, that he's obviously turning up big time. 13-8 on Ascent. Then it was 14-12 the other way on Lotus after a pretty big comeback in the second half, being down 8-4. The split was 13-6. Great half from NRG and Na'Vi, really. They tried to make a comeback, but it wasn't going to happen in the end. So decent result. I still expect Na'Vi to get the job done and qualify anyway. They dropped down to play EDG. We'll see that in a second. But the other series of the day, man, this was a surprising one for me. I thought this was going to go game 3. I thought this was going to be very competitive, but Evil Geniuses, what a team they are turning into. They win their map pick on Fracture pretty comfortably, and then game 2 was, I thought they were going to bottle this, right? I was tuning into this one because it was actually, by the time I woke up, this was all going on, and this clutch from RB was insane, honestly. I don't know what Con was thinking earlier on here. He just goes down to RB for, I know the Killjoy was there, the Killjoy ultimate, but still, RB clutches this so well. This, I thought EG were going to bottle this, right? They're up 1-0, and RB, like, holds it halfway, and then he one-taps Ethan here, like, absolutely disgusting pre-fire here on Ethan with that kind of a close jiggle peak swing, and yeah, that was 10-9, but EG still clutched up, and especially this play from Demon 1.
Wow. Oh my god. The run and gun while dodging the ult.
And that was the goal because the spike is making his way over here. Mako, he has to deny. Finds the first. Main compromise. This way, that way, dashing forwards.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea what's going on half of these rounds.
This round was confusing a bit. I didn't realize they're fake, I'm not gonna lie.
A wide swing from Mako, a wide face.
I don't even think it's
dropping down.
It was a
B-fake
day.
With the knives. All the way through, he lands the first.
Oh!
Into the lane, finds the second. Will it be the finisher? Flash through, will be able to do it. EG are going to playoffs.
Holy that was nuts.
Off the back of an insane Demon 1 finisher.
Damn, bro, NA back on top. All things are back in order, huh? That's crazy, dude. EU frogs were like kind of getting cocky and shit for a while there, but had to be humbled. Had to be humbled.
Delay them.
I feel like Som spot's nice.
cNed with the showstopper. He's going to be the entry here against ShahZaM.
What? Oh, he's Som?
No, the gravity well keeps him back. There it is. They've got them all lined up.
2v2?
It's a 3v2. Shao and Sugetsu find themselves onto the site with the spike.
18 HP on him, though. Oh, he's planning safe. No cover.
Reposition, just a temporary delay.
He has to be safe there with the threat of losing this series right now.
Flash mid.
Can they get the pieces in the right place? Crashes from up top with the flash.
Oh, I like that drop.
Artist dropping down. It's a spam through the box. Shao's so weak.
Oh, nice clear.
Sugetsu falls. It's all onto Shao. 18 HP
oh my
left.
god, bro.
Checkmate.
They played so
NRG
well.
takedown, Na'Vi.
They played so damn good.
Those last 2 rounds were clean.
Would you look at that? Evil Geniuses, after all the criticism leveled their way over the past several months, they finally put it together. Demon 1 comes in, and they are looking nice right now. There's no doubt about it. There was a lot of talk even from Drew Spark from Sentinels that people shouldn't even be surprised about this. EG are in fantastic form, have a clear map pool advantage, well-controlled series, and this wasn't even particularly competitive, right? I mean, EG kind of blew them out of the park, and even this from Jovi, who's now working for Evil Geniuses as their coach, basically saying that DRX are easy to anti-strat. I don't know how some teams aren't changing their playstyle strats comp for a major. DRX have been looking like the same DRX for a while, and as he says, yeah, they're easy to anti-strat. So yeah, that's quite the statement there, and what a result, right? EG looking incredibly good. They've qualified for the playoffs. DRX definitely coming into this one, I would have said, well, you know, they should get through to the playoffs for sure, and they're a team that's in that. They weren't exactly the favourites, right, in the tournament. They lost to Paper X in their home region, and Fnatic are the favourites. So you'd have put DRX maybe 4th, maybe 6th or something in terms of where they should finish, maybe even higher. But this is definitely a highly impressive result here for Evil Geniuses, right? 13-5 on Fracture and then 13-9 on Ascent. Not even particularly competitive, right? 23-11 here for Demon 1 on the second map, and wow, what a result. So Evil Geniuses, they are through to the playoffs. It's definitely NA looking good right now. They will play, or NRG, the other NA team here of note of the day, will play T1. The winner of that will qualify also for the playoffs. Attacking Soul Esports, they play Foot Esports tomorrow morning, and then the winner of that plays DRX, and then Na'Vi Edward on the other side of things. I'm still going to think that Na'Vi should be the favourites here to make it through, but it's far from guaranteed as it stands. But very much enjoyed to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, take care, and I'll see you next time.